Hi, I'm Chris McCoy,
And I'm Abigail Morici.
and we're back with the Memphis Flyer podcast. Last week, Abigail zoomed in from New Orleans, where she was for Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It's pretty good. How's yours?
It was good. I ate a lot. I made my mashed potatoes, which is really the most important part for me. We had really good turkey,
Yeah.
and had a quiet visit with my sister. Did you have a big family Thanksgiving?
We had a decent turnout with my family. The dogs were good. They behaved. They got a lot of handouts from me.
Of course.
Don't tell the family. I fed them off the fork. That's a very controversial thing that I do when I get yelled at.
Well, I just make sure they don't watch the podcast and they won't know.
They won't watch it.
So this week we're all fatter and happier, and we're talking about winter arts. This is our winter arts guide issue, and Abigail handled it 2 weeks in a row on the cover story.
Woo.
I know.
Well, I mean, this time it was just a solo ship, and last week I had everyone working on it.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Well, so
Teamwork.
There's a lot of great stuff. One of the things that we do really well here at the Memphis Flyer is telling you where to go and what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what our Winter Arts Guide is all about. What are some of the great stuff that you wrote about this week?
Well, this week happens to be Arts Memphis Arts Week. Sorry, there's an arts.
Arts Memphis Arts Week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an official Memphis holiday, or I don't know if it's holiday or holidays because it's a week-long thing.
Celebration.
Celebration is better.
Yeah.
But it's declared by the city. And it's basically just a celebration of the arts, and there's a bunch of events going on that are happening. I mean, there's like plays, musicals, exhibits, it's all in the arts guide. I can't even think of anything that's off the top of my head.
We went to the Andrea Morales exhibit at the Brooks.
That's one of the events.
Yes, with my sister-in-law on Friday, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
It is, seriously. And Andrea has been, well, she's done some work for the Flyer. She shot a cover for me very soon after she got into town. Did an Indie Memphis cover shot, and then she's also done some more stuff for us. She currently works at MLK 50, and
it's breathtaking.
It's breathtaking. There's one huge image that she took during the Tyree Nichols protest on the bridge that I swear it looks like a Renaissance painting, like a Dutch master's painting. It's all dark, and then you have these little pools of light that just sort of, and each little pool of light illuminates another little drama. And then they're literally standing on the I-55 bridge too. And so it's like you can see the trucks and everything lined up in the distance. Just amazing show. Highly recommend. I love the Brooks. I've written about arts in Tennessee for a long time, and I think that the Brooks Museum is the best museum in Tennessee.
It's really great. And Elle Perry, the journalist, did she work for the Flyer for a bit?
Yeah, she did. Everybody's come through our doors.
Yeah, she is giving a gallery talk this weekend. You might want to double check that at the Brooks on the show. So as part of Arts Week, so you should check that out. She'll be great at that. I got to meet her while we were doing the media thing, and I'm like, you're really cool. I was really shy about it, so I don't know if she even knows who I am. But yeah.
Well, and then another great event that's happening this week is Raised by Sound Festival, and that's going to be over at Crosstown. That is benefiting WYXR. Great station who I listen to all the time. We got so much, between WYXR and Weevil, with the two volunteer, community stations, and plus WKNO, which is a great station. And a lot of great people have worked there for a long time. We really are blessed with good radio stations in this town, for sure. Yeah. And so the WYXR Fest, the Raised by Sound Fest, it's going to be all day. I think it starts at 1 o'clock.
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember right.
And there are a bunch of acts in the afternoon.
Yeah. And it's free in the afternoon.
It's free in the afternoon. And then it's going to be at Crosstown Theater, Spiritualized. Two of the guys from Spiritualized, who is a 90s shoegazy band. You know who
I have
Spiritualized
no
is.
idea what even shoegazing means. But
Shoegazing was like sort of.
gaze into shoes.
They do. You know what? It's funny that you say that. It's sort of like slower, dreamier, like 90s alt rock kind of. But I have this memory of being at Barrister's in this band that was opening for my band, who was from out of town. They all four did the whole show like this, like staring at their shoes the whole time, and I was like, oh, that's what shoegaze means.
Oh,
They're like trancing out and like, making very sonically dense, music. If you're in certain moods, it is very appealing. And they are certain moods. Well, the certain states, altered states, if you will. Space Spiritualized had one of my all-time favorite album titles, which is "Taking Drugs to Make Music to Take Drugs to." But we're all grown ups. We don't do that anymore. But they are doing a live score to Stranded in Canton, which is a film by Robert Gordon.
William Eggleston.
William Eggleston. Robert Gordon produced it. Yeah, Eggleston shot it.
And sorry.
That's okay. No, you're right. Thank you.
I read the article.
No, you were right. You were right, because it's all William Eggleston's footage.
Yeah.
And Eggleston got a Sony Portapack, which was a portable video camera, which was like, and this is in the 70s. This is in the early 70s when he got it. And it was a video camera, and it had like a pack. You had two packs. You had a battery pack on one hip, and the other hip you had like a literal like reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Oh, cool.
That it was feeding into. And Robert Gordon got those tapes so William Eggleston just ran around shooting all his crazy friends with it. And if you know William Eggleston, the father of modern color photography, he's from Memphis. He always had a reputation for shooting colorful characters and landscapes here. But this was like they were moving, and it's all in this really eerie black and white, and a lot of really crazy stuff happened. He had the camera on it, and Robert Gordon remixed it, put it all together.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a tough watch. It's weird. It's really weird. But with so it's all just literally like home movie footage, kind of, right? So with a soundtrack to it, and they've been doing this for a while. I think they first did it like 5 or 6 years ago. But this is one of 3 times that they're going to do it to do their live score in the United States, L.A., New York, and here. Mm-hmm. And it's sold out, but you can probably get in if you really try hard, show up and stuff. They'll sell you a ticket, I'm sure.
Just beg.
Yes, just beg. Exactly.
Say Chris McCoy sent you.
Yes, do that. I sent you, and you want to see William Eggleston get crazy. And 2, just what's going to be some amazing sonic experience. And then afterwards, there's an after party with Tommy Wright III, who is a Memphis hip hop legend. Absolutely. And that's going to be amazing. And then the Black Keys are going to be, who live in Nashville, are going to be DJing too. So it's just going to be an all-day great event, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am. But
are you going to that show, the Spaceman?
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, Spaceman 3. Yes, I am. We had tickets we got them just as soon as they went on sale. And I've seen Stranded in Canton like 2 or 3 times. I saw it. They premiered at Indie Memphis several years ago, and I saw it at the premiere. And it's.
So that's how you got the Robert Gordon, because I was like, it was really Eggleston.
It was Eggleston, though. It was Eggleston, stuff. I'll be interested to see if he actually makes it out. He's still around. He's old and not in great shape, but he's still around. Still kicking, yeah. My pitch has always been for the old Brooks, when they move out of the Brooks. That should be the William Eggleston Museum Photography.
That'd be cool.
And they'd have permanent collection of his stuff, and then they could have traveling photography exhibits too. That's my pitch, but nobody ever listens to me, even though I have correct opinions and large biceps. Something. I don't know. You know, I'm just getting out there, walking that tightrope in front of everybody here on YouTube. So you know what I saw this week?
I do know what you saw.
Yeah.
It was wicked.
It's wicked. And yeah, I went with so after we went to the exhibit, and then we went to Robert Gordon's, Robert Gordon got a brass note on Beale Street last week. So we went to that ceremony, and then we went to see Wicked. And I was really looking forward to it. I'd seen the musical, and I bought my wife the book like when it first came out because she's a huge Wizard of Oz fan.
Aww.
And so yeah, I enjoyed it. You saw the musical, right?
I've seen the musical like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes, and I really want to see the movie. I've been like asking my boyfriend. I asked him last night. I was like, "When are we going to see this?"
You need to put your foot down.
I really do. We get like movie tickets, through work, and I'm like,
yeah,
going to see it this weekend.
It's time. I highly recommend.
Not, this relationship's over.
Yeah, you heard it here first. We're going to check in next week to see if you got to see the movie or not.
Yeah.
Even if you're not on the show, we're just going to call in. Did you get to see the movie? Well, I really liked it, and the only thing, Cynthia Erivo is amazing, flawless. She has an incredible set of pipes. She sells it. Ariana Grande, who I've never been a fan of, really does an amazing job here too. It's sort of a co-lead thing. Those two roles have to work, and both of those ladies absolutely kill it. The thing I will say about it though is it's been hobbitized. You remember when they made The Hobbit, which is a reasonably lengthy book, into 3 movies, and they put a bunch of padding in it? Well, they're doing the same thing here.
Yeah.
But honestly, me and my wife and my sister-in-law, when we went to see it, like, they were so into it because of the strength of the performances, that it didn't, like, because it was all padded out, they didn't really care.
That's good.
And it looks amazing. I mean, everybody's going to get, all the crafts are going to get Academy Award nominations. It's going to get a bunch. I can tell you that right now. But so yes, highly recommend it. Tell the boyfriend we said you got to go see it.
Good.
You got to go see it.
Let's go.
And I highly recommend also, I always say this, go to the MXT screen at the Powerhouse downtown.
Oh, I've never been to that one. I always go to the Paradiso.
The IMAX is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, but it's screen 6 at the Paradiso, 4K laser projector, and IMAX is only 2K. IMAX is 2K laser projectors on top of each other. Right. It's 4K. It has like more than twice as much visual information on the screen. The colors are amazing, and also it has. So more importantly, I'm sorry. This is one of my hobby horses.
Well, obviously.
I always tell people to go to the screen because they're like, "Oh, let's go to the IMAX." And IMAX is great and all, but the thing that really puts
like the seats at the Paradiso.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, they got the at the Powerhouse. They have the
I've just never been to the Powerhouse.
But they don't have the big. They don't have the recliners, but it's big and it's. But it also has a 32, I think, track Dolby sound system. The sound is a lot better, and especially if you're going to a musical. I feel like that's what you want, because IMAX has a good sound system. I mean, like the IMAX package is like a projector package and a sound package, and the company does it. They come in and they build a theater, and Malco made their own MXT combo.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they designed it and everything. And the thing about IMAX is it's always like really boomy. It's designed to be like, big explosions, but
I'm assuming there are no explosions.
No, there's not. Yeah, there's not explosions in Act 1. Because that's the thing I was going to say. Yeah. It ends with Defying Gravity, which is the song that goes into the intermission, usually. So, and it's 2.5 hours long, and which is about as long as it's long. It's about as long as the play is,
Yeah.
So, but anyways, nevertheless, it looks amazing. The performances are great. The music is great. Highly recommended. You're going to love it. Boyfriend's going to love it. Tell him I said so.
I will.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Is he a musical guy?
Yeah, I ran to the work for him. He likes him.
Good.
Yeah. He liked Wicked. Also brought him to see Frozen. Did not like that one. But, Les Mis we liked.
Yeah, Les Mis is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frozen was not it for him. But, I don't think it was it for me either.
I know a lot of people love Frozen, but I've never been a huge fan.
I liked the movie when it first came out, but I was also like 15 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love I love Disney movies. I love animation.
Yes.
Most of all.
Yeah, when they brought it to the stage, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, because I can see how that wouldn't translate. But Wicked being a Broadway show, and it's the highest grossing film ever made from a Broadway show, like by $100 million.
Yeah.
The former record holder was Into the Woods. Do you remember that Into the Woods adaptation a few years ago, which is not great, frankly?
Yeah, I brought my family to see that, and they were all mad at me.
Well, this is a lot better than Into the Woods, I promise. It's a lot more fun. It's visually great, so go see it. And I guess, let's see, what else do we have in the paper? Well, Michael Donahue, right?
Mm-hmm. He wrote about Emily LaForce, that's how you say it, at Tsunami. I believe that's how you say it, because Michael Donahue opened up his article saying that Emily LaForce, when she was hired, she could have said, "May the LaForce be with you." That's how I was like, Michael, this is so funny. I love it. And she has a wild backstory. She worked at pot farms. She's also an artist. She does murals, and she has a lot of funny things in there. There's one story about her getting fired from a pizza chain for making a suggestive dough statue out of a sausage, I think, and two little balls. Using my imagination. And posting it, I think, to the Facebook page or something. It's in there.
I like this person.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really funny. It's a good story. It's a nice little people story. So
Michael Donahue's the best at those. It's finding the coolest people and talking to them. And I say this all the time. This is what I love about this job.
Yeah,
is getting to meet interesting people and talk to them about what they're passionate about.
Yeah. I have no idea. I guess he just talks to people, which I'm bad about because I'm really introverted. But he really connects with people, and it's a good story. It's really cute. And it's funny.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're doing great. So, so anyways, this has been the Memphis Flyer podcast. Thank you so much. Go to memphisflyer.com and you can read these stories. You're definitely going to want to get a physical copy for the Winter Arts Guide because there's so much, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has a bunch of listings in there for events all the way up until the end of February.
Three pages.
3 whole pages.
3 whole pages of those.
And there's profiles on the new Director of Culture, DeMarcus Suggs.
And who is a appointee of the mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. The Daily Memphian called him the Art Czar, which is a lot more fun than his actual title, but I can't steal that because this is Daily Memphian.
So we're totally not calling him the Art Czar,
That's a big old wink.
No, not going to do that. Which is like the Arts Bar, only with a C.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, we talked to 2 artists, Grilly Mayette, who has an installation at the Brooks in the Winter Art Garden, and also talked to Preston Jackson, who is a master metalsmith at the Metal Museum. Has an exhibit there until the end of January. Really cool.
Yeah, I got to talk to him too. That exhibit is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is just I don't know. I always like people who work in metal, and especially like really that. Cool. It's I just have nothing but awe and admiration for them. But this one is really, really choice.
Yeah, and he's so humble, and he was so sweet talking to him. I just I just like left the interview with a big smile. It was a phone interview, but oh my gosh, he was so sweet.
Yeah. From Illinois, Peoria, I think is where he said he was from.
I think so, and I think he grew up in Decatur, Illinois. But he was like telling me like he had like family from here, so he's really cool and excited to like come to down to Memphis and like find out like where his like grandmother or great grandmother was from or something. And he said he was coming back over here in January, and he might do another talk. And he said he was going to like teach a class for like kids. So
yeah,
cool guy. Definitely worth seeing their exhibit.
Highly recommend. That stuff is so delicate.
Mm-hmm.
He which is always amazing to me when I see somebody work in metal, that it's so like delicate and so
fine.
detailed.
Yeah. And he has a triptych at the Botanic Gardens too right now.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Anyways, once again, we're trying to get out of here, but we keep talking.
I know.
But it's okay. We're going to do it.
I'll let you drag out things.
It's okay. See, you're not introverted at all.
I do the Myers-Briggs.
Anyways, what are we doing? Oh, yes, we're leaving. Memphis Flyer Podcast. See you next week. Pick up a physical copy. Go to the website, do all this stuff. Listen to us next week. Thank you. Good night. Afternoon? Night. Good night.
Bye.
Really, it's morning.